everyone, Stephanie here, coffee drinker, book lover, and reviewer of many things. And today we are going to talk about Halloween picture books. Some of these I've had a long time. So I'm gonna start with the Mercer Mayer books. So I have these two that I'm gonna say are Halloween. What about Dream? Isn't really Halloween, but I feel like it's kind of spooky and it's so cute. This is one of the mini collection books that I have, and it's about having a bad dream, of course. And I love the pictures. I had a dream that I made a magic potion. After I mixed it up, I drank the potion down. Then, weird things started happening, just like a spooky show on television. I changed. I grew pointy fangs and long claws, and I had bat wings and a long tail. And so he goes around in his dream and scares everyone and does what he wants, stays up as late as he wants. He doesn't clean his room. He eats all he wants. He's dirty because he doesn't take a bath. He has a pet gorilla. He rides his bike through the store. And like it's kind of spooky. Um yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to get to the ending. So, he talks about after he's exhausted himself, he decides that he's, as a monster in his dream, he's going to go upstairs and get ready for bed. And then he realizes there's no one to read him a story. There's no one to give him a kiss. And so he wakes up crying in his mommy and daddy's arms. And I was like, this is so cute. Um but I thought this one would be good for Halloween because it's kind of like, you turn into a monster kind of situation. And then I have this one. This one I got probably 2 years ago. It's a newer condition. I don't remember where I got it, but it says Happy Halloween Little Critter. And this one um believe has um that ghosties hanging from a tree. It's Halloween, and little sister and I are going to a spooky Halloween party. The party is at a haunted house. I knock on the door, it creaks open. Creak, creak, creak. Boo! Says a ghost. I like that in these, there's always something in the background that you can read. Like it says, read in peace, and knock if you dare, party here. Has a secret flap. Happy Halloween, Tiger! Because a ghost answered, but it's just Tiger. I think that's nice. That you know something scary is gonna happen, but then you find out, oh, it's just your friend Malcolm, and that's throughout the whole book, so that this book actually will show your kids that something might look scary, but it's not. It's just a costume. Which I was like, this book is good. I like this one. And then I have some Bernstein Bears or Berenstein Bears, however you say it. I've always said Bernstein Bears. I have Trick or Treat and Ghost Walk. I keep forgetting that the camera is opposite of what I see. So I'm like, um, I don't know which one of these I got first. I know at one point I had Trick or Treat and then it got ripped, so, I got a new one, and I don't know. Um, Bernstein Bears Go on a Ghost Walk. It is a cute book. It talks about in the beginning, it talks about how Papa has always loved Halloween, and when he was a teen, he liked to scare people, and he's gonna be part of the Ghost Walk this year, and the kids are so excited to help him decorate, and so they go and get decorations, they get pumpkins, you get to follow them on their journey of, Papa carved out the pumpkins and, did spooky faces, and the kids are kind of like, "Oh." And then he scares them pretty badly, and Mama scolds him. Mama's like, "How could you do that?" And, uh, but Papa says, "But Mama, Halloween is supposed to be scary." And Mama's like, "Come on, Cubs. Back to the house. It's time to start turning in." And so they help Papa decorate at the school the next day. And since this was a school ghost walk, Papa thought it would be a nice idea to include the great monsters of bear literature. Using masks and old clothes stuffed with straw, they made a Frankenbear monster and a Grisilla, Gr- Grisula, and a bear vampire. Then they borrowed some ace bandage from Coach Grismeyer and made a bear mummy. And they have laughter. Spooky laughter. And then they have to have costumes, so they get their costumes on. And Papa comes in like this and scares the baby. Poor little angel. And he's like, again, it's supposed to be scary. And she's like, "You're gonna give someone nightmares." And so he took them off to show how everything worked, the fake knife and the hook for a hand and the sword in his head. And then one of my favorite parts of the book, Papa has nightmares about all of the stuff that he's done to the kids. And I was like, payback. And they nurse him back to health though, don't worry. He's scared to death. But they end up ready for the ghost walk. And what I thought was cool is on in the last page of this one, there's a little word search and crossword, and it says, "If I had to make the scariest monster ever, it would look like this." And then there's a place for you to draw. Um, yes, I liked that one. And then the Bernstein Bears Trick or Treat. And this one was a sticker book. It has some stickers in it. Uh, Even little bears accept a good fright or expect a good fright when they go out for trick or treats on Halloween night. How cute is that? And in this one, we get a sense of autumn. We talk about how the sights and sound of autumn. You see the pumpkin patch and the sun is not up as long and the big geese are flying south. Of course, you start scaring your siblings. Boo. goodies are talked about, carving a pumpkin and scaring your kids. They talk about the rules of trick or treating, about like where you're allowed to go and whose door you're allowed to knock on, all of that stuff. And then the jack o' lanterns finish, so they talk about that. And they plan out where they're gonna go trick or treating. They draw themselves a little map and then, get mama's approval. And have to go to Gramps' place, of course. But that's in the spooky woods. So they have to add the spooky house on their list because she's not a witch. Um and so they do. They go trick or treating like they're supposed to, and there's like tall tales told, and oh, let's do this, and let's pull a paper this house, the spooky house, and then they come out. The lady comes out, and the bad kid runs away, and all the other ones come in for a nice little snack. How sweet is that? And then, oh, it's blurry a little bit. You must really try to remember, Papa, says Sister, giving her apple a little lick. Appearances can be quite deceiving. And I thought it has a nice little moral to the story, and then there's more stickers in the back. And then I have Phineas and Ferb's Haunted Hayride. Need I say more? Phineas and Ferb is awesome. I used to watch this cartoon all the time. And yes. I'm just flipping a few pages for you. But Phineas and Ferb was great. And shows that there's more books. Also, there used to be some stickers with this book, but I think I used them. Yeah. This book had stickers, but I used them. I got this book, Happy Halloween, and it's Max and Ruby, or Ruby and Max, depending on what part of the song you're in. And this one I've had for a long time, and it's super cute. And pretty much it's just Max goes around and keeps hiding from Ruby or trying to scare her with a spider, can of worms. But then she really can't find him. Like, she's like, "Oh, I wonder where Max is," the first time. And then, "Hmm. Boo! I knew you were in there, Max." Spiders in her shoe. So then Ruby's like, I forgot something. And she goes upstairs and he waits a few minutes and he follows her. She's not in there. And then he goes back downstairs and yells, "Boo!" She wasn't there. And then she scares him back. And I was like, that is what big sisters are for. Yes. So next are these two books. I got these at Dollar Tree last year, and I don't know if I can find a link for them, but they might be able to find a link for it. Oh, so this one was actually the first one I got. Big Night in Boozville. Um, so you think I like the pictures. It's a big night in Boozville, cheered Wilson as he hopped out of bed. And it was. It was Halloween. But more importantly, oh, much more importantly, it was Wilson's birthday. And so you go around and, we're talking to all of his friends, and I feel like every single one of them, he's like, "Are you excited about tonight?" And they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, the trick or treating or the candy or the frights." And he's like, "But I mean, about me." And then his friend Denton is like, "Hey, Bandage Brain, you know, it's a big night in Boozville." And Wilson perks up and he's like, "Yes, it is." And then Denton goes, "Yeah, man, it's the night my dad lets me stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning." Oh, yeah, that's a sure big night. And then I don't play with this person, I won't play with this person. And then someone comes over, Katie comes over and she's like, "It's Halloween night." Or, or she's like, "It's a big night in Boozville." And he's like, "Yeah, it's trick or treat, candy, howls, growls, and catching bats." And she's like, "Oh, silly, it's much more than that. I know a great secret. Come on, I'll show you. You won't want to miss out." So they have a surprise party for him. And then he's like, "Oh, I gotta throw away all of these." It's a super cute book. And then I got this one. It's The House on Haunted Hill. It was a cold, eerie night in Boozville. The wind howled through the bare trees. The branches clawed at the sky. Owls screeched. Bats shrieked. Full moon rose out of the night. There came a high-pitched squeal and scream. "Oh, stop it! You're scaring me," said Wilson. "My knees are shaking," says Katie. "But it's all true," said Francine. "I was there. It was just how it was on the haunted hill. Those strange squeaky sounds came from right out of that house. But no one has lived there in years." And so, what do you think's gonna happen? Uh, yeah, and they even give the exact how long. And there's smoke coming out of the chimney, and there's candles lit. And so they peek into the window and they see instruments. And there's a ghost. It's a ghost band. It's a ghost band. I thought this was the cutest. I was like, a ghost band? And everyone danced up on the haunted hill. Yeah. I was like, super sweet. Remember, I got these at Dollar Tree. Um, this one can kind of go between a picture book and a chapter book. This is my illustrated copy of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. That's right, you have to add this one in if you are going to talk about anything Halloween. I love this one because it has super sweet artwork. Um, I know it might not be. It is. You're right. It's more of a reading, but there's also some pictures, and I had to add this in. There's a Ichabod Crane. I think that's supposed to be what's her name? Uh, oh my gosh. Katrina? Yeah, I think that's supposed to be Katrina. But it's got a lot more words than it does pictures. So that's why I'm like, it can go either way. But I love the pictures. And I love the story of Sleepy Hollow. It's pretty good. Um, I don't know, like, I don't do I need to explain what the Legend of Sleepy Hollow is? Um, Most people know it by now, but I definitely recommend this book. And that was all of my picture books that I have for Halloween.